Visit. It was just yesterday that the Estevan Bruins named Jason Tatarnic as their next head coach and general manager. It is, in my opinion, one of the crown jewels of all of Canadian Junior A hockey. And Jason joins us today in the program. How you doing, Jason?
Very good. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. Always a pleasure to chat hockey. Where are you joining us from today? Are you in Estevan, or was this all done virtually and you haven't even been there yet?
I'm in Chilliwack right now.
Right. So can you talk about what has you excited about being the next coach and GM of the Bruins?
Well, I think for me, I think I'm working for good people. Actually, I know I'm working for good people that care about the team. And it's obvious the community gets behind the team very strongly, and they're passionate about it. And, you look at that facility, it's not a bad place to come watch a hockey game. And, Estevan's had a long tradition of success, and they have a great legacy. And heck, I remember playing in the old barn when I played for Notre Dame. So I played in the league, and I coached with Humboldt for a year as an assistant. So I think it's a great league. I'm very excited to come back to it, and I'm looking forward to it.
You just brushed on that, your hockey history. If you don't mind, let's introduce you to the SJ fans and the hockey fans in general. I didn't know that you were a Hound, so maybe start there and take us through your hockey history, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's not as glamorous as most people, but I traveled out to Notre Dame from Ontario as a young kid, and I attended school there for 2 years and played for the junior team under Barry McKenzie, and it was just a great experience. And then from there, I played university hockey and tried out for Team Canada, and then made my way overseas and enjoyed a couple of years over there, and came back after deciding not to play anymore. I was hired by the Toronto Police Force, and that's the career I was going to take. And somehow I got talked into coaching one year at Christmas when I was visiting my wife's family in her hometown, and I've been coaching ever since.
And your resume includes stints in the maritime version of the SJHL, and also Chilliwack, as you mentioned. So you can talk about those stints.
Yeah, Maritime Hockey League is a great league. I really enjoyed it. It's very similar to the Saskatchewan League in many ways. It has a draft. It has a list. It's a 12-team league. So it's very similar, a mixture of players seeking college scholarships and others seeking to play in the CHL. So it's very similar, and I really enjoyed it. And we had a great group that ran the hockey team, especially Andrew McKean. I can't say enough good things about him. He put his heart and soul into that team, and we became a perennial contender in that league, and we made our way out to the national championship in Humboldt and faced off against the Penticton Vs, and very exciting game, but we came up short with a 4-3 loss with about 50 seconds left.
You've seen this country from a hockey perspective from ear to ear. So let me ask you this. I mean, I've been around too. I say Estevan is the greatest junior A facility, but people tell me, no, Penticton is the only one better. Which would you compare, Jason? Where would you put Estevan in the pantheon of junior A arenas?
It's pretty impressive. Penticton, it's that would be a smaller version of a modern day NHL rink right now. They did a great job there. You look at some other facilities in BC. You have Vernon, Chilliwack, Victoria, but I would put Estevan probably right behind Penticton.
Yeah, that's what most say. I got to get to Penticton, Dupes. We got to see that barn. I haven't seen it. I've heard nothing but great things. By the way, Neil Shuchuk watching from Whitecourt, Alberta. He says, all the best. SJHL is a great league with a high profile in the province. Heck, Rod and I may have voiced play-by-play of some of your games. LOL, says Shuey. I got to go back and check Jason's Hockey DB. And well, what years were you playing in the league, by the way? That would make it a lot faster.
Oh, and for Notre Dame?
Yeah.
That would have been 93, 94. So actually, we played Estevan. We beat them on the playoffs in the first round, and then we lost out to Weyburn, and we watched them march to a pretty good run after that.
There you go, Shuey. I think we did call us games, but I'm pretty sure I said Tatarnic wrong. Am I saying it right now, by the way?
You're saying it perfectly good.
Okay. And Mike Lee, who's a suite holder in Affinity Place, says, great interview. Well done, Clark. Jeff Krieger writes in and says, welcome to Estevan. You're going to realize, if you didn't know already, Jason, that it is a jewel of a hockey community. But there's pressure involved, and I guess you know what it's like because you did it with Chilliwack, but you're hosting what is now the Centennial Cup. I'm sure you're not afraid of the pressure. It's a great, wonderful opportunity, but it's a unique one of what you're walking into.
Yeah, and it's a little different too. In Chilliwack, we had such a high turnover rate the year before. We lost 18 players, and so in the BCHL, your rosters flip over yearly, and they can go from 12 to 15 players. So no, it was tough to build that team. I didn't build that team as the same way I would build it for the league. That team was built strictly for the tournament in mind. So it was a little different build than I would normally do. But in Estevan, it's obvious they have a plan in place already for that tournament. I'm walking into a pretty good situation with their list. They started that process last year, and you can tell by the young roster that they had. And, they're on phase 2 right now. And, I just want to carry that on. I don't want to, I'm not going to be a guy that's going to come in here and say we have to change this or that. I think the people in place now and the people that were in place prior did a really good job on the hockey side. So I just want to add to it and tweak a little bit and sprinkle and get that team ready for that tournament.
Well, I guess let me just, Clark, producer Clark is Bruins alum. He said, what does Jason know about the current roster and what strengths does the team have for next season? You brushed on that a little bit. I mean, how do you get caught up to speed with a team that you haven't laid eyes on yourself?
I watched them quite a bit on video last year. I watched the whole league on video last year, and I watched some of their players live at the showcase. So, I got a pretty good handle where they are, and I have to admit, like their young crop is pretty good. They've built that very well, and that's the part I'm looking forward to. And I think as we move forward here, we really want to build on that 18 and 19 age group, and I wouldn't mind getting some 17-year-olds into our roster as well. So when having a young lineup's not a bad thing. You want to let them gain that experience because those are the guys that are going to be your horses in 2022. So you want to give them that experience, and you want them to feel that pressure, and you want to put them in pressure situations prior to that year.
Great stuff. Well, Jason, we're big Bruins backers here. Say welcome to the league, and can't wait to meet you. And I would just say stay safe getting out here whenever that will be. Can't wait to get hockey back on the ice.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm very excited, and I've had some fans reach out to me already, so they're passionate. So I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks. Have a great day, guys.
You too. The head coach and general manager of the Estevan Bruins, Jason Tatarnic, joining us from Chilliwack. So.